of all blessings be with us. Today marks an ending and a beginning. Today we say farewell to this barn that has stood here for many generations. It is also the beginning of the unknown, as well as possibilities. As the Mariondale and Hope community, we gather today to celebrate the memories this barn has helped to create. And we ask for a blessing upon those who will deconstruct it, that all will remain safe from injury. We will now have an honorary shooting of the arrow.
Thank you. This is Kyudo. It is called Way of the Bow. Our sensei Rick will do 2 shots. We always do 2 shots. They are both equal. One never takes the second shot and worries if it is as good as the first or is better than the first, which we think is really a good symbol for what you have said in terms of the barn. So the first shot will be for the barn, and the second will be for the barn coming down.
time for every affair under the heavens, time to give birth and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot the plant, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, time to scatter stones and a time to gather them, a time to embrace and a time to be far from embraces, a time to seek and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. What profit have workers from their toil? I have seen the business that God has given to mortals to be busied about. God has made everything appropriate to its time, but has put the timeless into their hearts, so they cannot find out from beginning to end the work which God has done.
Let us now listen to Veronica as she reads a poetry called Our Old Barn.
Our old barn sits so quietly and empty. Yet as I stand inside listening, it starts to talk softly, whispering of yesterday, telling me of past times, of how proudly it stood as it was made so tall and grand. It speaks to me of many people it has held sheltered throughout the years, of smiles and laughter, on the floor, all the tears that have fallen. Oh, how many people inside, some losing themselves, others finding themselves, hearts beating, souls yearning, friends gathering in this old barn.
This morning, Margaret and I walked through the barn, and there are old things in the barn. When we got to the bottom, we could see where the cows were once harnessed to be milked. And so there are old memories in this barn. We don't know exactly when this particular barn was built, but we believe it was somewhere, and Mary Ann's going to get me, it's somewhere before Patterson got this property. We know there were two barns, one that was built in the 1800s, and perhaps it's where that foundation is over there. And this one was probably built, someone that evaluated it said that materials look around 1912 or so. But anyway, it's not the barn only that we remember, it's all the people that passed on this property and all the things that happened on this property. So if anyone would like to share a memory or anything about the barn or a hope you once had that we've now dashed by taking it down, please feel free to come and take the megaphone.
This barn used to have a lot of clothing and furniture here that we collected to give to the poor in the surrounding area. So people would come and meet us here, and we'd see what they needed and pass it on. So it was a receiver and a giver in that sense. We also had bicycles about 51 years ago, as far as I remember, that were here that we rode around the property, and some of them are still there, last time I looked. And I've walked through this barn many times. We used to go upstairs where we had certain things stored and then other things down below. Most recently, they took the three houses for the manger scene at Christmas time and put them in the garage, but they used to be in here too. So it was a storage place for the beginnings of the life of Jesus, you know, in the sense of the Magi scene. But kids used to come in with us who were volunteers for the summer, and we just imagine what it used to be like, you know, and so it's a pretty amazing place. And we had high hopes for what could have become with it, and our hopes remain that something still might come upon the foundation. Places where people could hold theater groups, or crafting people, or groups who need to come and share their work on justice. And also we've even talked about green weddings and green funerals for those who are unchurched and need a place to come. So if you have any inklings like that, let us know, because you never know what might emerge from the foundation. Donna?
Well, as Betty, as Betty Ann mentioned, we had hopes of having crafting and all kinds of creative things going on. My dream was to make it into a center for creative contemplation. So I hope that whatever happens with the space that's here, we'll be able to do something like that. In the meantime, I'm going to take some of the pictures that I've taken of the barn and make it into a wall quilt, which I will call Rest in Pieces.
I spent some time dreaming around the same time that Donna was, and one of the friends of mine is John Maggiati, and he is an artist, lives in Hastings, and I invited him here to see the property, and particularly to see our gallery, our art gallery, which was established in the entrance to the lobby, into the entrance to the chapel. And so I was bringing him here to see that and to help me think of ideas of what we could do on the property. And as we drove in, he said, "Connie, this is your gallery." And he said, "Oh, in that barn," he said, "you could get an artist from Soho to rent that space and work, and then share the results of his time here, or her time here." And so I know that he'll be a little disappointed when he comes back on the property, because he's interested in being with us on this journey. And he'll think of a new way that something can grow here.